A warm welcome to one and all. I'd like to thank all of you for seeing the videos, for appreciating, leaving your comments. This helps us to make more beautiful ones and to come up with more interesting topics. Today, we have a very interesting topic in hand, and that is Prashna. Prashna is a very important tool in any astrologer's arsenal. So, why is and how is this Prashna possible? First and foremost, the rishis of the yore lived in the now, the concept that is very much in for all of us to be happy. And now contains all the answers for our questions. Any question that comes in our mind also comes with its own answer, albeit it may not be known to us. Prashna is one way of understanding our answers, finding a solution to our problems, and working through them. So, when we're making a prashna, there are few things that we really do need to keep in mind. First and foremost, be very, very focused on your question. The more focused you are, the more energy is focused on that question, and the more precise, concise, and accurate is your answer. Secondly, we know that we sow as we reap. So, if you're sowing in a positive thought, if you're asking the prashna with a very positive mind frame, asking a very positive prashna, you will get an answer which will be positive. Many a times, the answer may not be what you want, but it would be definitely in your interest, the kind of answer that you're going to get. With this, let us move on to a very exciting topic of prashna. Today's prashna is about adoption. So, what is adoption? Many a times we find that people nowadays are very interested in adopting children because there are so many children in the world who do not have parents, and we want to extend our family, our love to such children because we are capable of giving them a good life, and it also brings us a sense of fulfillment. So, what do we see in adoption when we're talking about adoption? When we're talking about adoption, the few things that we really do need to check out in Prashna is the Lagna. Every Lagna has its own story, and every Lagna reflects a certain emotion, every Lagna represents certain characteristics. For example, in this case study, when the Prashna was put, the Lagna came out to be Pisces Lagna. Pisces is the 12th house of the natural zodiac. The 12th house represents the feeling of letting go. There might be something that you do not, that you have and you have to let go. There might be something that you want, but you may not get. There might be something that is finding its way out of your life or which is not for you. So, when the Lagna is Pisces, then we generally do not consider it something achievable feat for us as per the Prashna. The 8th house represents your past life. So the past life karmas attached to a certain child will bring the child into your family because the children that you have are also are from you. They are your not natural children. But when you adopt somebody, you must be having a very strong connection from some past life to bring that child into your house. When you're considering the eighth lord, eighth house, you have to consider its lord. So the eighth lord is to be considered. When you're considering the 10th house, again, the 10th house of the natural zodiac is Capricorn. And the 10th house is the house of your karma. So when we are talking about karma, it is not just your occupation, it is not just your business, it is not just your uh, salaried house or things like that. No, it isn't. It is a sum total of all that you do, and there must be certain karma attached to it. Saturn is the lord of the 10th house of the natural zodiac. It has to be given its share of importance, and the 10th lord has to be considered when you're judging a prashna for adoption. Here, when we are talking about Saturn, when we are talking about the 10th lord, sorry, and the 8th lord, a particular need to be seen is that they're both placed in the 12th from themselves, be it Jupiter, the 10th lord, or Venus, the 8th lord. And the Lagna, as I told you, is the 12th house of the natural zodiac. So the feeling of letting go, or something, your desire not being fulfilled, or feeling of detachment from something is very much strong, is very apparent. And so there are chances that this adoption may not fall through. Let's see the other reasons for non-happening of this event. Rahu is placed in the 4th house. It aspects the 8th house. Rahu, we all know, is a virtual planet. It is like the smoke. The smoke has its existence and it shows a rosy picture. Sometimes it's very beautiful to move around in the mist, but the mist moves away as soon as the sun shines. The mist is all gone, and so is the rosy picture along with it. So Rahu aspecting the 8th house gives you a picture of some connection or prarabdha with the 8th house or with the child, but maybe it may not materialize. The lord of the 4th house is sitting in the 7th house. Mercury, we know, is the badhaka for this lord, for this lagna, and it is very strong. It is also afflicted by Kendradhipati dosh, and it is also with a debilitated planet, debilitated 8th lord, and it is also with sun, the 6th lord, which is Nichabhilashi, that it is going to its sign of debilitation, and 6th lord is the obstacles, prarabdha of the natural zodiac. So it will not allow some obstructions, some obstacles might come in the path for the child not to be adopted by this couple. As what happens is, because Mercury is also the lord of the 4th house of mother, the mother of this child who was to be adopted refused to give her child up for adoption, and so the adoption did not fall through. A few days later, I had this child coming up, or rather this question again coming up for adoption. Again, the parameters remain the same, but let's see how things change in favor of adoption in such a case. First thing that we saw is the lagna. As I told you, the 10th house is of utmost importance, also is one of the important factors to be considered for adoption. So the 10th lord here, 10th house of the natural zodiac, becomes the lagna. It is the Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about acquiring achievements, and this is an important integral part of the lagna. So achievements and acquisitions are very much possible. Now the lagna lord goes into the 12th from itself and is with the 7th lord of pad prapti, and acquiring a status and things like that. So the people may have to travel to a distance to get the child, and they were willing to do so. They could have to spend some money in going, coming, and arranging for the child's safe delivery and things like that, which was just a case as it was to be. Again, when we check out the 8th lord, the 8th lord is placed in the 9th house. 9th house is this house of dharma. So everything that happens here is according to the rules, the regulations, and in a very sattvic and a dharmic manner. And the 9th house here becomes supporting of the dharmic association. The 9th lord is in the 10th house with the 10th lord, which gives this adoption a very, very beautiful flavor of Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga. So there is a lot of past life associated with this child. There's a lot of karma associated, dharma associated of the couple with this child. Now, Rahu is also sitting in the 6th house. Rahu is the outlet of karma, and Rahu is sitting in the prarabdha house of the child. As such, of this prashna. So it says that there is, again, I repeat, a lot of prarabdha associated with this child. Again, we see that Saturn and Mars Mars being the lord of the 11th house of fulfillment of desires, and Saturn being the Lagna lord. They aspect each other mutually. When the self and the desires are aspecting each other mutually, it means there's a strong way of fulfillment of your desires. The result so happened that the child was adopted by the couple, and they were very happy with the adoption. And a lot of things that happened afterwards, after the child was brought into the family, were very much in tandem with what the dharmic laws were about. The, Again, I repeat that Prashna is a very potent tool in our arsenal. It should not be used very lightly. The questions that are asked should be asked with a lot of thought and with pinpoint precision. When you ask things with a pinpoint precision, your answers are guaranteed to be pinpoint, one way or the other. Again, an ambiguous answer question will yield an ambiguous answer. And do not use Prashna lightly. That would be very much in your favor if you ask a question, repeat a question only after a period, minimum period of 6 months, so that you allow karma to develop in its own way. With this thought, we meet again after a new session, in a new session, with a new question, with a new idea. Till then, have a great time.